Time to do dishes. Fully automatic kitchen knives. Steak knives. Fully automatic. Right? And your juggler. Oh, miss the top of your head. Oh, got your throat. What'd you say? What'd you say? Oh, I shouldn't throw my weapon at you? I get a copyright claim in a real. I love playing these hit songs that get copyright claims, right? I try to avoid that, and one thing that I really try to avoid, and I don't even know where to get this conversation started, because I was going to title this video Draft Dodge Hero or something. Draft Dodge Hero. Anyway, but I decided to change what I was going to word this to something else. I haven't decided yet. I'll figure it out later. So, here's the thing. I live in the Bible Belt. Okay. I'm a Christian. Before I even get started and start saying things. Because don't shut me off. Don't shut me off. Just listen. Because I live in an area and there's a lot of judgmental people, right? My look. See, look. If I took this off, what would you see? What would you see, right? What would you see if I took this off? If you didn't know who I was watching this right now, and you don't know I'm a veteran, you don't know anything about me, you don't know how many years I did, or any of that stuff, right? You've been keeping up with the channel, you know most of that stuff already, because I've kind of said. But the average person on the street isn't going to know any of those things. They just see a tattooed fella, right? You know, both my legs are covered in tattoos, you know, and I get the joke, you know, I bet you save a lot of money on socks, right? Yeah. I got both kinds in my drawer, long and short, you know what I mean? I don't ask to get attacked by people. It just happens. But a lot of folks get judged for the way they look. People would assume that I'm a druggie or whatever. They don't realize what I've been through and how many people I've probably helped along the way. You know, I think about that sometimes. I try to remind myself that it could be worse, right? It could always be worse. I try to remind myself of these things. And look, it's been 25 years since high school. And I'm in my 40s. You know, and there's people out there that I mean, I don't talk about high school activities that I did or anyone. I don't talk about my favorite coach. You know, like some of the folks around here, they'll sit in a circle and just talk about their favorite coaches. Or, man, he's a good coach, man. You see that guy? He's good. Dadgum. I tell you, he gets in there and he gets them boys worked up, and it's kind of creepy in a way, but I don't talk about that sort of thing. You won't hear me talk about college. I don't talk about my college days. I don't talk about any of that stuff. My most memorable moments are the most horrific, you know, the craziest. 36 countries later, right? 4 combat deployments. I think about stuff like that. I think about my friends that I don't talk to anymore, right? But no one sees that person. They see some tattooed fella, and they want to approach and just find the way to, you know. And here's the thing, you know, burning someone else's flame out, putting someone else's candle out doesn't make your candle burn any brighter. You know, going up to someone and trying to find a way to humiliate them in front of their spouse and their family, you know, there's no way, there's no reason to do that. But you end up looking like a fool later on. This person came up to me and was like, I got some scars to share with you. They're free. You know, you don't have to pay a dime. He's talking about my tattoos, right? Hey, his biggest achievement was getting drunk and crashing a motorcycle and getting scars all over himself. And how I know that is, like, I stopped him. You know how I know those are from a motorcycle is because I used to be a motorcycle instructor. It's something I used to teach. But your biggest achievement was tormenting others, of possibly almost, putting lives at risk because you're in a drunken stupor, right? But he blends right in the good side because he's not covered in tattoos, right? Everyone thinks he's just the coolest cat. That's the problem. Everybody wants to be a peacock. People, right? I got plenty of scars. Just because I've got tattoos on me doesn't mean that was my only option to get scars. I got scars all over myself, right? And hell, I got some scars on up here. You know what I mean? A little bit different. And it's just ridiculous that people, it's just ignorance, idiocracy, and and don't get me wrong, there's some folks like around here that that go to church and things like that, but then they'll look at a fellow like me as a lost cause or something. They don't know who I am, and then that's what I love about my church. Nobody cares. They all know, they know me, they love me, and I love them back. So I'm a little grumpy, but it stinks, man, that things have to be that way. But this is just me. It's my dumb video log, and I figured I would just do this real quick, I wanted to say something because it was weighing on me. But anyways, here's the thing. Remember this. You show me a man without enemies, and I'll show you a man who stood for nothing. Stand up for yourself. If an individual wants to come at you with some crazy stuff, it doesn't matter who you are or whatnot. If they want to judge you, it's the most petty thing to do, and to judge others. But I don't run around pointing at anyone for anything. I try to be as friendly as possible. I try to be as inviting as possible. I try to bring as many people into my imaginary little house of friendship as I can. But it's hard when you deal with idiots sometimes, and just try to keep a positive attitude. But this is BA. This is what I was thinking about today. And God bless you guys. Take care. Is that your unicorn? Its little tail's wagging.